Welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. My name is Ashley. I'm going to be showing you 3 different meals I made this past week. I don't always follow recipes exactly, but if you're interested, I've linked some similar recipes down below. The first dinner I'm going to be showing you, I made some chicken alfredo lasagna. I am going to make my own sauce for this recipe, so I am just melting a little bit of butter in a pan over medium heat. And I'm going to add in some heavy whipping cream. I'm not really measuring anything, but I know I'm going to make a full pan, so I need lots of sauce. I have my pan still set on about medium heat. Once that starts to warm up, I'm going to add in 1 full block of cream cheese. Normally when I make just alfredo sauce, I do not use cream cheese, but because I'm going to put this in the oven and bake it, you definitely need some extra creaminess. I'm just going to slowly let that melt down and stir it into the alfredo sauce. Next, I'm going to, of course, add in some more cheese. So I'm going to add in some grated Parmesan. This is just from the can. And I'm also going to add in a couple handfuls of shredded Monterey Jack cheese. I'm also going to add in a little bit of sour cream just for a little bit of a tangy flavor. You'll see that this is pretty thick, but I'm going to use some just 2% milk to thin it out and make more sauce. Definitely just do that to your desired consistency. Next, I'm going to season the sauce a little bit using some adobo seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, and some salt. Once the sauce is done, it's time to assemble the lasagna. I did cook some chicken that I shredded up and also some lasagna noodles. So I'm just going to take that chicken, add in a little bit of that alfredo sauce, and mix it all together. I'm of course going to add in a little bit of sour cream and some shredded cheese. So now it's time to assemble the lasagna. I'm just going to spread a little bit of the alfredo sauce on the bottom, that way the lasagna noodles don't fully stick. And then I'm just going to begin layering. I'm just going to layer 3 at a time, spread out a little bit of that chicken mixture. It is easier with your hands, so I did end up using my hands. And then just kind of repeating this process over and over. You definitely want to spread out a little bit more of the sauce on top of the chicken and sprinkle some cheese. I did 3 full layers of the chicken and cheese. Also note to cook your lasagna noodles till al dente because they will finish cooking in the oven. This is definitely a hefty dish, and by no means is it healthy. And then, of course, for the last layer, you're going to layer the lasagna noodles on top with that sauce again, and then extra cheese. I have my oven preheating to about 350 degrees. I am going to cook it uncovered because you want everything to get nice and bubbly and really cook the noodles, the chicken, cheese. While the lasagna was cooking, I'm going to work on my veggies. So I'm just going to make a little bit of green beans. I just drizzled some olive oil on top, sprinkled with some Cajun seasoning, and then threw that in the oven as well. This is how it looked in the pan when it was done. It was so nice and creamy. Yes, I forgot to take a video right when it came out. This was seriously so good and such a comfort meal. I cannot wait to eat this again. The next dinner I'm going to be showing you, I made some homemade fried chicken strips with some mac and cheese and then some green beans on the side. We love eating homemade fried chicken. I just don't like to make it too often because it uses so much oil and then I feel like it just goes to waste. For this recipe, I'm just taking a couple chicken breasts and slicing them up into strip form. This is pretty easy and simple. You can totally control how thick or big you want your strips. Once they are all cut up, I'm just going to pat them dry as best as I can and work on lightly seasoning them. I'm just going to season with some Cajun seasoning and some adobo seasoning. I already seasoned the flour with all of those same seasonings, plus some cayenne pepper, salt, paprika for color. Seasoning the flour is the most important step, so I'm just going to do the egg wash to the flour method for all of the strips. So before I fry the chicken, because I want them nice and fresh, I'm first just going to work on the mac and cheese. I had some elbow noodles cooking in a pan next to me. I'm just going to make a quick mac and cheese sauce, nothing fancy. I'm just going to use some butter, heavy cream, some leftover Velveeta I had, and cheddar. I'm also going to season with a little bit of Creole seasoning, smoked paprika, I definitely used a lot of heavy cream, so I had to improvise and add a lot more cheese. Lastly, I'm just going to slowly add in my large elbow macaroni noodles. This ended up working perfectly fine and being a really nice creamy mac and cheese. So lastly, it is time to fry the chicken strips. So I just had some oil heating up, a pan set on about medium heat, and I'm just going to lay some chicken strips down. You don't want to crowd the pan. I'm just going to turn them a couple times, make sure each side gets nice and brown. Once they are done, you want to pick them up and drain off the excess oil, and then I just set them on a wire rack to finish cooling. I just worked in batches. That's the best way to cook the chicken. I think I did about 3 batches total. So again, once they are nice and brown and crispy and to your desired texture, definitely just remove them and drip off any excess oil. This is how everything looked when it was done. This was so good. The husband definitely loved this meal. The last meal I'm going to be showing you was an easy frozen meal because mama needed it. So I'm just cooking this frozen chicken alfredo pasta. I think it is the bird's eye. I actually really love this one. I am just going to cook this according to the package instructions. I think that's basically all there is to it. There's no shame in my frozen meal game after those meals. I also do think it would be easier to thaw out the sauce first before cooking it, but I'm not totally sure what exactly you're supposed to do. Of course, I'm going to add my own seasonings to it. I'm going to add in some salt and some Cajun seasoning. I swear I add Cajun seasoning to everything. I just cooked everything until it was nice and hot. I didn't actually time anything. This also would be great served with some garlic bread, but we didn't have any. So this is how everything looked when it was done. I just topped it with some Parmesan cheese and then of course some more Cajun seasoning. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner video. Make sure you come back next week for another one.